Black History. Brought to you by Williams Paving and these sponsors.
Being able to come from where we came from in America to where we are, it's nothing short of a miracle, and only God can do miracles.
We got a lot of history, a lot of past where people that really come in and enjoy what was going on.
It's our roots and our culture.
Some girls are still in that little box where they think they can't do anything, and this is the I can generation.
Well, good evening, and thank you for joining us as we celebrate Black History Month. I'm Mark Thomas.
And I'm Bridget Sarpong. Tonight, we're kicking off a month of recognizing the mind, body, and spirit of Black History Month. But first, let's take a look at how Black History Month started. The story starts in 1915, half a century after slavery was abolished. That September, historian Carter Woodson founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. The organization was dedicated to researching and promoting Black achievements. Today, it's known as the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. The group sponsored what was then called the Negro History Week in 1926.
Now, it was celebrated on the second week of February, close to the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. The event inspired schools and communities nationwide to organize local celebrations and establish history clubs. In the decades that followed, mayors of cities across the country began issuing yearly proclamations. By the 1960s, thanks in part to the Civil Rights Movement, the week evolved into Black History Month on many college campuses. President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976. He called on the public to seize the opportunity to honor the accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Now today, Black History Month is a time to honor the contributions and the legacy of African Americans across the U.S.
All month, we have honored the legacy of people from activists and civil rights pioneers such as Martin Luther King Jr. I got the chance to check out the parade held in MLK's honor.
I just got posted up where I can enjoy watching the cars come by.
The Freedom Parade celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life and his message of equal opportunity and service to everyone, especially Black Americans.
It's important that all of us understand the impact that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. made on this country.
It's a celebration of, it go way back that it makes you proud to know how far he had helped us come compared to what it used to be like in the day.
Joanne Davenport Littleton, president of the Black Cultural Council of Odessa, says this is an opportunity for all ages, races, and different backgrounds to come together in honoring King's legacy.
A wonderful feeling when you can see Dr. King's dream continue.
Other people I talked to say they're glad to see the next generation participating.
Well, the kids need to know the history so it won't go back to being like it was. You know, you got to keep improving. If you don't do anything, it'll go back.
The parade route began on I-20 and South Dixie, then went through the streets of Odessa, ending at Woodson Park. Some kids at the parade say that they are thankful for what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did.
He's a brave hero and he never gave up.
The parade featured floats with students and decorated cars, all to show that people are thankful in what he did.
He was a man of purpose, a man of intent, a man that was in action to change things, and most of all, he was a man of...
You can read more about Black History Month celebrations right here on yourbasin.com.
All right, well, Black History Month is here. We are shining a spotlight on mental health and well-being. Tonight, we're sitting down with a local doctor to discuss health disparities.
Now, the Black community faces higher risk of cancer, HIV, AIDS, and even high blood pressure.
You know, the first thing is there's a genetic difference, obviously, between the different populations that condition the African American patients to have, for example, higher levels of blood pressure. If you look at the African American patients, right, they actually start to have a problem with blood pressure at a very young age, which is something that you don't see, right, in, for example, Caucasian patients. Even, young people in school, blood pressure can still to be elevated compared with Caucasian patients or Hispanic patients. So the second thing that you outline is that the fact that in the African American population tend to have much higher incidence of traditional risk factors. We're talking about obesity, we're talking about diabetes, we're talking about renal disease. So all these things, come together and to conspire to a worse blood pressure and ultimately a much worse, cardiovascular outcome.
Now, doctors suggest that you get moving daily and maintain a healthy diet.
And also, it's important to get those regular checkups too. That will help catch any illness early on.
Coming up, get ready to dig in. Tonight, we go inside the kitchen of one local pitmaster. You won't want to miss it.